In order for us to make the best of our salah, we have to observe the conditions of salah. Number one, make sure that you're doing the salah correctly, because some people, honestly, their wudu is not correct. The way in which they do the ablution. Their salah is not correct. Their ruku', their sujood, the dhikr. Make sure you're doing a valid salah, not a hayyallah salah. A valid salah is one that has an impact. And I tell you, many people, they don't pray correctly. Many people don't. Either they were just, raised up, not knowing the correct way of salah, or since they were young, they prayed in a certain way. Some people don't pray correctly. Their ruku' is not a proper ruku'. Their sujood is not a proper sujood. Their wudu is problematic. So number one, make sure you're doing it correctly. Number two, when you're doing your salah, make sure you try to understand what you're saying and doing. Because God doesn't just want you to bow down and prostrate without knowing why you're doing that. So here's a few tips. Number one, before you begin your salah, prepare a special corner in your room, in your office, in your house, where you would pray. Make sure it's a quiet area. There's not a lot of noise that would distract you. Before you salah, apply perfume to you, your prayer rug, and the room. Because you know what the perfume does? It soothes you and allows you to concentrate. Hence, the Prophet says, if you pray while applying perfume, or let's say cologne for the men, while applying a fragrant smell, your salah is worth 70 times more than the one who prays without perfume. For every salah, keep a nice bottle of cologne or perfume or a fragrant smell. Before you pray, add perfume to the room, to your clothes, to your prayer rug. This helps you concentrate. Very important. Number two, make sure as you're praying, you know what you're doing and saying. If I pray a salah and I didn't pay attention to it, yes, it's not going to benefit me that much. When you say Allahu Akbar, these acts and symbols of salah, make sure you know what they mean. When you say Allahu Akbar, what does that mean? You've seen people who pray, they say Allahu Akbar, right? That means God is greatest. What does that mean? That means put everything behind, your business, your work, your hectic schedule. Focus on your Creator now. Put everything behind you. That's what it means. If you pay attention to the symbolism and the meaning of this takbir, this helps you concentrate in salah and benefiting from your salah. When you go and bow down for God, you're offering your neck for God. Oh God, I'm humble. I'm offering my neck for you. Don't be so arrogant. Because we human beings, we tend to be arrogant. When you bow down for God, that teaches you humility. When you do sujood, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, many of you are familiar with this hadith. The Imam says when you go down to sujood, the prostration, you put your head on the ground. The first time you put your head on the ground, what does that symbolize? That you were created from the ground. You were created from clay. God created Adam and his progeny from clay. So that's your origin. Don't be so arrogant. You were made from clay. Who do you think you are? When you raise your head from sujood, from prostration, when you raise your head, what does that signify? The day you were born, I came to this life. I have a test. There's purpose behind my life. When you prostrate for the second time, because we have 2 sujoods in every salah, when you prostrate the second time, what does that signify? Just like you were created from the ground, you'll go back into the ground. The grave. Remember, there's death. If you're cheating people, defrauding people, committing acts of injustice, listen, you'll go down there one day. When you raise your head the second time, what does it mean? Day of judgment, when God will resurrect you again from the ground. If you pay attention to this, this is the salah that will help you avoid al-fahsha'i wal-munkar. So it's really difficult, but you have to struggle. You know, have you seen in mosque, we don't have one here, but usually where the imam is praying, You call it mihrab. What does mihrab mean in Arabic? Does anyone know? It's derived from the word harb. What does harb mean? Battle, war. Wait a minute, we're praying. Where's the war? It's a battlefield. When you stand to pray, it is a war. It's a battlefield against your evil desires and against the devil, Satan. That's why the devil will try all that he can to distract you. It's really a battle, so take it as a battle. Go prepared. Feeling strong, you want to knock him down. And one of the tools the devil uses to distract you, just to distract you, if you've ever forgotten something, boom, he'll make you remember it in your salah. He's trying to distract you. So if you go prepared, do your wudu correctly, pray correctly, start with the perfume, go into a quiet place where there's not a lot of distractions, pay attention to what the words you're saying, pay attention to the symbolism, the takbirah, the ruku', the sujood, you can gradually train yourself to overcome the shaitan, inshallah.